You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnnie.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 113.
113. I am Ralph, aka Segway Sensei. Yeah, that's what I am.
Okay. I'm sticking with B Mike Bandit. That's hard. I love that name. New listeners, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. And if you want to follow us individually, I am the Mind of Ralph on Instagram and Twitter.
On Twitter, I'm JON2_ the letter B. On Instagram, I'm JBS_ESL_AAMU.
Yes, man. We got a special guest in the building, man.
Yeah, man.
I know, man. On the 21st anniversary of Country Grammar gracing the musical landscape, we have what's next up in the STL music streets, right?
I like it.
Yeah, man. We got John Pate, recording artist, man. Say what's up to the people, bro.
What's going on, y'all? Hey, that was a hell of an introduction. I appreciate that.
Definitely, man. We happy to have you with us, especially a few episodes ago when Ralph played one of your freestyles as OS Song of the Week. We just had to get you on, man, because you dope. You dope in the city. It's a lot of talent in the city, and you definitely top tier when it comes to new talent in St. Louis. So we had to get you on to show you love, man. We appreciate you for gracing us with your presence on episode 113. So we appreciate that.
That's love, man. I appreciate y'all having me.
Definitely, man. So before we get into everything, we just like to just talk to each other to see how the week has been. Get anything off your chest you need to get off your chest. So what's been going on, man? Y'all good? Mental health good? Mental health check? What's going on?
I'll start with Pate first, man.
Yeah, everything's good with me. I just started therapy recently, man. So that's been cool.
Dope.
It's got me like tapped in like into different space creatively.
Mm-hmm.
It's got me more creative than ever. It's got me just more introspective than ever. So I've been real good since I started therapy. Shout out to my therapist, Gina. She's been helping me a lot with things. Besides that, I've been working on the EP. Okay. Putting out an EP this fall. And it's been locked in right now.
Okay, you answered a lot of questions that I had.
Already.
Let's go get into that too, bro. But no, I'd like to say, man, like we often talk about therapy here on our platform. Yeah. So we happy that you even shared that with us and our listeners, because therapy is very, very important. Like you said, it's just opened up a different level of introspection for you because you're finding out more about yourself. You can pour more of that into your music. So I think that's dope.
Right.
I think that's dope.
Absolutely.
But me, I mean, my week was Yeah, it's just, man, I work, man. I ain't got nothing going on. Not this week.
Yeah. Ralph, pull your mic up some. I don't know if I can hear you.
Right.
But for me, man, so I actually went to the movies last week.
Okay. Was it worth it?
I mean, it wasn't a lot of people. It may have been like 2 or 3 other people in the theater. And I remembered saying to myself last year how I miss going to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I don't know.
The same thing. I went last night to see Fast 9, and it's just like it did not hit, bro.
Was it the movie or was it just like the experience? Like, was Fast 9 good?
No, it wasn't. Like it wasn't like they did way too much. They had. I mean, I don't want to get no spoilers, but they did a whole fucking lot. Like,
listen,
overdid it.
I'm gonna watch that shit on stream. I'm not going to the movies to see that. So feel free.
Save the bread, bro. Save the bread.
Okay.
We discussed how ridiculous that trailer looks, so I can know that the movie just went overboard with it.
I'm straight. It was at one point I'm saying, I'm like, they they really taking this shit way too far now. Like they going too far. It's like niggas in space and shit. Like it's crazy, bro.
They want to be the Avengers so bad.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
Hilarious.
Yeah, everything is super fake. Like it, you know what I mean? Like they just like really overdid it with like the action scenes and shit. It's wild, bro. You have to see it just to laugh at it, to be honest.
But see, that's my type of shit though. I love just over the top action. Like I know it's fake. I don't know. It's like a popcorn movie. Just grab some popcorn, just sit and just watch action. I'm not here for the plot because there is none. I just want to see shit explode, see a rocket attached to a car. Like I want to see that. That's the type of shit I want to see. So,
well, you definitely gonna see that specific thing in this movie.
Right? They showed it in the trailer. They showed it in the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's hilarious. I'm gonna wait till it hit HBO Max or something, whatever streaming service it comes on. I can't wait. So yeah. But also yesterday, got a chance to meet Katrina Adams, who is the former USTA president. The USTA is the governing body of tennis in the United States. She's a black lady, and she stopped in St. Louis on her book tour. And also, we held a tennis clinic for kids and adults. So being able to interact with her and see her interact with kids and adults who are just getting into tennis and learning tennis was pretty dope. I was able to take a picture with her and stuff like that. So it was a really, really, really dope experience. And I was talking to Ralph yesterday about it and telling her she probably has Serena like in her favorite contacts and stuff. So being that close to somebody who's close to Serena and Roger Federer and all the top tennis players was really dope. So
that energy had to be crazy.
Oh my God, it was nuts. Like standing next to her, you can tell she just exudes confidence. Like she doesn't even have to say anything, and just standing next to that aura is like, wow. Like I'm definitely nowhere near as confident as I thought I was standing next to that. You know, it was dope, man. It was really dope. So shout out to her. Shout out to all the organizations that sponsored the event for her to come. It was a good experience, man. Tennis is affording me the opportunities to do things I didn't really think I would be able to do at all. So it's dope, man. It's dope.
That's tough.
But that's it. That's all I got.
I got you. But now let's get into this, man. What we doing? Off the dome?
Off the dome, man.
All right. Now, Pate, we understand you're new to the show. Pate, we're going to explain off the dome to you. Off the dome is our segment where we ask questions, you know what I'm saying? But they weren't prepared. Like, so I try to hit Johnnie with something that's obviously going to make him think, pull deep, and he has to give me the answer off the dome. So that's pretty much what we're gonna play here.
Okay.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna go first, right? And I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna ask both of y'all these questions, right? What's a song from a show or a kid's show or a kid's movie that was an absolute smash or bop to you? That had no business being in that movie, like or show.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Like just like kind of slaps.
I don't know if this count, but like, what's that from? Is that Fairly Odd Parents? My Shiny Teeth and Me by Chip Skylark. Y'all know that?
I'm trying to think.
So I don't know if I'm not super familiar with Fairly Odd Parents. Like I didn't watch it like that. That might have been after my time.
Yeah, that might have been after.
Just slightly after.
Like I was getting out of like cartoons right when they introduced SpongeBob. Like, right, that's me. That's my, I'm speaking like I'm old. Like, that's my era. You know what I'm saying? But I think
I'm so sorry for y'all. Exactly how old are y'all niggas? Because I thought we
Well, I mean, I'm 33.
Well, yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I just turned 30.
Okay, cool. Okay. So you're not that far.
That 3-year gap.
But
sometimes
it is kind of significant.
Yeah.
We gonna get into that when we get to the
gotta listen to that one. It's a slapper for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I'm actually going with, and this is just me. This just may be me and only me. Mm-hmm. But from My Brother and Me, remember Goo Punch?
Ooh.
Goo Punch. Hey.
Yeah.
Goo Punch. All the ladies, Goo Punch. All the
that show hella underrated, dog.
Oh, very underrated. I think it had maybe 2 seasons, if that, or maybe I might have just had 1.
Either 1 or 2. I'm not sure, but yeah, that show was definitely underrated. 100%.
Hella underrated.
Yeah.
Did y'all niggas used to watch Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider?
Yes. Yes, but like it's one of those things in my mind where it's locked until I actually see it again. You know, it's
you vaguely remember it.
Vaguely, like super vaguely. Just like Animal, like I know I loved Animorphs, but I can't tell you no storyline in it. I just know people used to turn into animals, and one person got stuck as an animal. It was never able to turn back to a human. I just can't remember why.
It's kind of like Power Rangers. Like I don't remember. Only thing I remember was like Green Ranger showing like coming up and showing them up and fucking them up. But I don't remember like other storylines outside of that.
Yep. Yeah, real talk.
Well, y'all remember Jersey? That one where nigga used to put his grandpa jersey on and turn into a professional athlete. Y'all watch that?
No, definitely not. Never heard that.
Damn.
What channel did that come on?
You're pulling deep.
That was on Disney Channel.
Oh no. Nah.
Yeah, like his grandpa was like a athlete back in like the 60s or something. And he had this jersey that he like basically left to him. And he found it like in an old little box. And anytime he put it on, like he turned into like some athlete from any sport and just was killing shit. Like it was hella dope.
That's actually dope.
That sounds like Mike.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Right, basically.
Oh man, I love it. So I'm gonna have to go check that out or something. I'm sure it's on YouTube or something. It might be on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, definitely.
Okay, yeah.
Search for it.
Damn, that's crazy. That was a dope question. All right, so for mine, kind of similar, but if you were able to join any cartoon universe or cartoon environment, like put yourself into that cartoon and you live in the city and all that type of stuff, what cartoon would it be?
Ralph gotta go first.
Right. And I'll just put myself in the black world, right? I'm gonna just put myself in the Proud Family. I'm gonna be
I was gonna say that.
Kicking, right? I'm gonna be over there kicking it because, like, I'm not even thinking like as a child. Like, I feel like even as an adult, like Wizard Kelly and all that good stuff. Like, I mean, it may not have been Wizard Kelly, but then nothing really happened in Proud Family universe.
This is why Ralph is my guy, because that was my answer. That was my answer.
No, that's a good one for sure.
Yeah.
Damn.
I see. I'm gonna take it somewhere else. Then I'm gonna say Hey Arnold, dog. I'm gonna say Hey Arnold.
I'm not mad.
I fuck with Hey Arnold a lot. But like Proud Family would like be right up there too for sure.
Yeah. Proud Family is so unapologetically black. Like I appreciate this show. I really do.
Yeah.
Like so Pate, have you ever seen Wayne Head? Do you know about Wayne Head? You remember Wayne Head?
I've never seen Wayne Head. I don't remember that.
Like,
I remember, but I don't remember seeing it.
Yeah. It's like a part of me wants to put myself there because the Wayans family created it, but I don't remember like nothing that really happened in the show. So I don't know if it was a wild time or not.
I don't remember nothing about the show. I just remember the theme song. Yeah.
And I almost when I was thinking about this question, I wanted to say Static Shock, but I don't know if I wanted to become a Bang Baby or not. Like people say they want superpowers until like I feel like if you get them, it's like, oh my god, what do I do?
Yeah, like what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Exactly. So yeah, that's funny.
No, that's dope. But no, that was off the dome, people. What's a song from a kids TV show, a kids movie that was an absolute smash or bop?
Yeah, man. And if you could put yourself in any cartoon universe, what cartoon would it be? Okay. Let us know.
Yes, sir. Now, you know how we usually do. We have a guest here, but we're definitely going to get into the OS news docket, and then we're going to get into our interview portion. But definitely first the news, just to see what's happening out here in these streets.
Sir.
But first things first. Versus. We got a Versus recap. We got to talk about these two legends, hip-hop legends, hip-hop icons, squared off on the Versus stage. Bow Wow. And Big Draco.
Oh my god.
I can't even call him Soulja. That's Big Draco.
That's Big Draco.
That was Draco last night. That was all Draco last night. That was not SouljaBoy.
Oh my.
See, I missed it, but I heard that SouljaBoy was coked up like a motherfucker. Like
Hey, bro. Let's just say this, right? I wouldn't say like musically it was the best verses, but if you're talking about entertainment, pure entertainment, it's up there. It's true. It might be the best one.
I heard he ran the same record like three times.
Three times. But this is the thing, though. This is how it was, I guess, supposed to be cool. So the first time he played it, it was him, like his new joint. I don't even know what it's called. Make It Clap. I don't know what it's called. Yeah. But it was the regular TikTok shit. Yeah. The next time he played it, apparently it was like an unreleased remix with Nicki Minaj on it. with Nicki Minaj's verse, and then the third time, I think it was it French Montana?
French Montana.
So that's what it was. So it wasn't like he played his verse 3 times. He just played 3 different verses of the same song, which I still think was kind of trash because he talked over Nicki's verse. He talked over Nicki's whole verse, and French Montana.
He got to catch the L just for bringing French Montana into it, bro. Like nobody wants to hear that.
Hey, I agree. No, I agree. I
can't stand that nigga, bro. Like I can't stand that nigga, bro.
Ooh.
I don't understand why he's like a popular artist. I never understood it.
I never got it. I never got it.
It's a lot with French, man. Like he ran around with Max B, a lot of those affiliations and things like that. Being from New York always helps your case. Being signed to Bad Boy helps your case too, because Diddy needed to win. He was trying to pump out Bad Boy 3.0, at the time. But we went off on the French Montana thing. He got a few songs I fool with, but I'm not sitting here saying he deserves a whole bunch of fanfare. Right. That's it's levels, right? But
the thing we gotta like low key, he got some bangers, but
he got them
on all the bangers he got. He has features on there that really steals the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's my biggest thing about French Montana. Like, I don't listen to French Montana, so I don't know this. But does he have any songs by himself? Any song that's been out on the radio mainstream has had a feature?
Oh yeah,
Chaka. That's the only one I can think of.
And that's not pop.
That's low tier. Right.
That's low tier.
That's not even a smash though.
Right.
Oh my goodness!
You have to be just like a French Montana head, and that comes from like mixtapes and stuff like that. Because you're not talking about album French in that sense, right? Yeah. But now it's just weird. But no, just kind of getting back to the verses. Like I think that, like I said, it was definitely entertaining. Like Bow Wow just brought out. It seems like everybody he collabed with. He brought out one franchise boy.
A franchise boy.
A franchise boy.
DJ Paul came on. I thought that was dope.
Yes.
Of course, the Brad and Jermaine Dupri gonna have to come out. So.
I just want to say this. Bone Thugs is running from the 3-6 Mafia smoke, man. What happened? They were supposed to battle last year, and they never rescheduled. And I'm not letting this go. 3-6 Mafia needs a verse. Nobody want to see them.
I think it's
who you got in that one though?
Oh, 3-6. Clear.
You say clear.
Like after Crossroads, and I'll give you first of the month, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But after that, maybe it gets dark.
Notorious Thugs, no. That's not a point.
Okay, if you want to go
I
off
was
the fact
going to
that they
say,
got
please
Biggie on
do
the
not
song,
slander Notorious Thugs.
About this, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's 3.
But then are we letting Juicy J pull from his his production?
I think
man, it could get crazy.
Now if we include that, then I might be with Ralph. But if we talking strictly,
I think even if you went strictly 3-6, they got more than what Bone has. Bone has the 2-3 bigger songs.
What about the Phil Collins sample? Take Me Home. No.
Nah.
I like that. I like that song.
That ain't it.
That ain't it.
That ain't the point. That ain't no point. Like it can be played. I ain't saying it can't be played.
It just ain't a point.
It ain't a point.
Right. Well, man.
Okay.
All right. No. We back. We back.
My bad.
Who won?
Bow. Draco just raised his stop. Like I told you, Verzuz needed this. They needed Draco.
I'm actually going with Bow Wow too. It was outside of like SouljaBoy's like she got a dunk, crank that. Like Bow Wow has the joint, even the joints from when he was a kid, like they was still hidden. And Bow Wow was actually performing. Bow Wow's a really good performer. Yeah. I've never seen him perform, but from what I saw on Verzuz, he really dope performer.
Well, I want to see what you guys think about this. Like someone said, and I totally agree with this statement. Bow Wow has legitimate hits. SouljaBoy has LimeWire hits, and I was like, it's true. That makes a lot of sense to me.
It's true.
Like because not to say that SouljaBoy's songs weren't hits, but they just hit in a different space. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they weren't meant. Like he just started making songs like y'all bitch y'all. Like that's not. Yeah, you know about it. It's like if you know, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, I agree with it. I
don't know. Thought about that before, but it sounds very valid to be honest.
Yeah, and I don't think those songs hit like they were supposed to at a Verzuz. But it could also be because the crowd was actually really trash Nobody hit the crank that. No women were shaking when she got a dunk come on. Well, I keep saying, but like I don't know if that helps or hurts. But I felt like the last night the crowd hurt SouljaBoy a little bit in his song selection.
If they were in Atlanta, this wouldn't have been an issue. They were in LA. That's the problem.
Oh, that's what it was. See, I didn't know where they was at. I don't know where they was at.
Turf for both of them.
Yeah,
exactly.
That wasn't smart on Swiss and Tim's part.
Yeah,
interesting.
That's crazy. Atlanta would have had this shit going crazy.
Exactly. That's like if you took the Gucci and Jeezy verses and not had it in Atlanta or in Magic City, Atlanta, and all that stuff, it may have not hit the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Anyway, I got Bow Wow though. It was super entertaining though.
Oh, definitely entertaining. Man, let's see what else Swiss and Tim don't have cooking in the Verzuz pot, but they actually turned down Stephanie Mills and Chaka Khan via Stephanie Mills actually put this information out when she was being interviewed by the Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. She actually said that they went to Verzuz, her and Chaka Khan, saying that they would like to do this, and Verzuz turned it down. So what do you guys think about Verzuz just turning down potential matchups like this?
I mean, I can see it. I mean, it has to make sense. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you got to think about the viewership. Like, I mean, like they're legends, but who wants to see that? You know what I mean? We just being real. I mean, like I love Chaka Khan for sure. I don't know. I probably know like one Stephanie Mills song.
Yeah, like, I know like two. Like I ain't gonna sit here and say like I'm, but I understand where her place is among like those disco queens, like that era.
Right.
So I get that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll never like talk crazy about it. But I don't know, man. It's like if you gave, I'm just saying, if you give Gladys and Patty, a platform too, and nobody was really checking for that either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And they the top tier of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
That section or whatever.
This is how I feel about it, right? Gladys and Patty happened like in the middle of the height of the pandemic, right?
Okay.
Imagine. Well, what I'm saying is it happened when everybody was at home and we ain't have shit else to do.
Yeah.
Stephanie Mills and Chaka Khan doesn't make sense now because outside is open. Nobody's going to be like, I need to go watch Stephanie Mills and Chaka Khan at home on Verzuz. Nobody's going to be like that now. If this were to happen last year, then cool.
Okay.
Now that outside is open and Verzuz continues, they're going to need top tier talent. Like the SouljaBoy and Bow Wow shit we knew was going to be entertaining. They sold the whole Verzuz like months before it even happened. So we knew that was going to be entertaining. Like that's the type of stuff you need now for Verzuz.
Right. Now, you know what? That is very fair. You know what I'm saying? I just never heard the artists come out and say that this happened and, fuck them and all that. Because that's what type of time Stephanie Mills on. She an OD, but she don't care about nothing.
Facts.
But I get where you guys are coming from. Because like I said this a few weeks ago when they rumored having Justin Timberlake, or at least giving him an open invite. And I was like, hey, you got to swing for the stars, baby. You got to swing for them.
That's
I know
where we
Justin is the only white guy that y'all have ever tried to go get. But if you want somebody to watch this when the world is open, you have to start swinging for those stars. So now
when you think about it, you got to think about like how you keep topping, you know what I mean? Your last shit. Like they've had some where I was like, how the hell are they going to even top this? Like, what are they going to do? After that Gucci and Jeezy shit, I'm like, all right, y'all might have peaked. Like, for real.
That's how I felt after the Redman and Method Man, because that wasn't that was the epitome of it not being a Verzuz. That was an actual concert.
Yeah.
And it was super dope. And I'm like, how can you get better than this?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you have to have something to bring to the table to like make it special, to make people want to tune into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then now you got a different hand in the pot. You got Triller actually doing this. This is just not an IG production, right? So now Verzuz is an actual brand. That V means something, for whatever it means, for whatever it's worth. So just, that I was just like, oh, okay. I'm
telling y'all now, if I don't think it's gonna happen, but if they ever get Busta and Missy to do a Verzuz, there's literally nothing else you can do after that. I don't think there's anything else you can do after that, unless you start going to Justin Timberlake and these popular pop acts.
I have to.
Like, y'all think Drake ever do one?
I don't think so.
Drake,
Don't be
man,
so.
I don't think so.
Look,
Because if he do, who he going against?
right, we talk so much mess about Aubrey, man, but he can do literally a 3-hour versus like 3 hours.
Bruh.
Like he got that many songs, man.
It's true.
And
It's
go
true.
back to back. I'm talking about every track gonna ring off, bro.
Yeah,
He could do a
verse.
verses with features only.
Yeah, he really
Like
would.
that's nuts. Like that's insane to think about.
The only person I feel like that would even be comparable is Wayne. I almost want to say Jay, and I'm a Jay stan. Like that's my favorite rapper of all time. But I don't even know if Jay can compete with him as far as like hits, bro.
Oh no, because
the
hits,
hits, probably not.
if we talking hits, yeah, like if you're talking about songs with a little bit more substance, okay, you're talking Jay-Z.
Yeah.
But you're talking about just some he got him.
Yeah, he got him, bro.
Drake
And
got
that's
him, man.
nuts to say because like Drake been in like 11 years, you know what I'm saying? And it's like his career is fucking nuts, bro. Like
one of the most consistent artists, period, in music
ever.
history.
Not even just in hip hop, bro.
Just
I'm
music.
like, he might be. I'm talking about top 5 or top 10 artists ever in any genre, bro. I'm talking about Michael Jackson, Beyonce, fucking Beatles, all them niggas.
I mean,
like he's up there, bro.
Said he got more hits than the Beatles. that's
Yeah, like you have to respect that type of run, and he's like still relatively young. Like you know what I'm saying? That's
yeah, he was mid 30s, right?
Yeah.
So like I think he like might be like 34.
Yeah, man.
At the most.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's true. It's true. I'm not a super heavy Drake fan, but I do recognize his greatness. I do. Same way I feel about Jay-Z. You and Ralph will get along great because both of y'all are Jay-Z.
Man, I love Jay, man.
whole vibe.
Jay can do no wrong in my eyes.
Whole Vengers. Let's talk.
Straight up.
But now, since we're talking about legends feeling disrespected and things like that, let's talk about TPain. TPain recently came out and said that he was depressed for 4 years after he had a conversation with Usher about how TPain fucked up music. So let's start to unpack this, fellas. We talked about therapy and all this great stuff. Let's try to psychoanalyze the situation. So what do you think? Let me ask you, Pate, you're an artist, somebody that you look up to, somebody that you collab with, probably somebody that you consider a friend, because T-Pain said he considers Usher a friend, tells you that pretty much what your blood, sweat, and tears fucked up music. Like, how do you feel about that?
I'll probably be depressed for 4 years. Like, that's wild. You know what I mean? Like, and it's fucked up because like T-Pain really kind of like changed the game like around the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like to be on that type of high or whatever and like feeling like, you know, you've done this, you've done that. And somebody that you really respect is like, nah, nigga, actually you fucking shit up. Like, that's fucked up. Like, that could hurt. Like, I could see somebody like really going into depression about something like that, to be honest.
Yeah, we got to think about the magnitude of artists that Usher was at that time. Like, Usher is Usher. He's Usher right now, and Usher is telling me that I messed up music. Like, I understand how T-Pain went into his 4-year depression. Now, we don't know the context of Usher saying what he said to T-Pain.
Right.
We don't know if it was hate. We don't know if he was legitimately saying you messed up music. We don't know, but words mean things. Yeah, and absolutely. how people perceive that, like you'll never know how somebody can perceive what you're saying, even if you're saying it in jest or if you really mean it. Like, we don't know. So you just got to be cognizant of the stuff that you're saying to people. Yeah,
especially when it comes to people's art. People are really sensitive about that. You know what I mean? Like for y'all, like, you know what I mean, say if like Nori or Joe Budden is like, man, you know, say something about y'all podcast, how it's fucking up the culture. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know who y'all look up to, you know, in the podcast world, but like, you know, something like that could, you know, kind of fuck with you.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's like when you think about it, it's like for all the outside noise, right? Because everybody was hating on Auto-Tune at the time, and just, you know, its impact on music in general. And then when somebody that's in your, well, I don't know how close Usher and T-Pain are, but he said he considered him a friend. Yeah. So somebody that's close to you, you guys collab and work together. Like, you know, y'all have a great working relationship and probably personal. Yeah. And then so for the outside noise to get to somebody that you trust and respect, and then they kind of mirror what the outside world is saying to you. Yeah, that'll mess me up too.
And you know the craziest thing about that, reading the article you sent me, Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
So they had that interaction on the plane, and then soon after that, Usher puts out oh my God.
Oh yeah,
a song filled with autotune.
Mm.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah, he went on his,
Yeah,
all that stuff
Just
real
take no
quick.
shit.
So it's like us. Come on, fam.
Like
you everybody used autotune.
right.
Everybody did it. And this is the problem that I have. It's kind of, I don't know, maybe you guys will follow me. It's kind of like steroids, right?
Mhm.
Me, you, Pate can take steroids, but we ain't just going out here hitting home runs. Now, if you give it to a baseball player, okay, he might pop off.
Right.
Now, TPain still had to have talent. He still had to work on singing.
Yeah.
He was a hell of a songwriter and producer. He did a lot.
Yeah.
For him to be disrespected in his face like that, to just say that auto-tune was a crutch for him.
Right.
But maybe we had the benefit of hindsight though too.
But that's how it goes when you reach a certain level of greatness though. Like when you do so much shit that other people just can't really do, they're gonna try to minimize that shit as much as they can. You know what I mean? 100%. Like that's why, like the Drake haters or whatever, they so happy that that ghostwriting thing came out because now he's got a chink in his armor. You know what I mean? This nigga ain't as great as and they hold on to that. You can talk about all day how many hits he got, whatever. Yeah, but did he write them? Did he write them? You know what I mean? It's like this nigga writes for other people. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure most of this shit he wrote himself. But when you reach a certain level and you do just shit at a different level, like mother's gonna think of anything they could, say to try to minimize that. That might have been, Usher might have been feeling away like, damn, why not think of that? Why not think to take that shit to a whole nother? Because auto-tune had been around way before TPain.
Of course. And I think that's what got lost to a lot of people. Yeah. Like auto-tune been here.
Like he didn't invent that shit. He just popularized the fuck out of it. He just took it to a whole new level.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad you guys said that because it's a Netflix documentary. And one of the episodes is TPain. I think it's called Pop Music or something in that vein. It just came out. Mm-hmm. But TPain was talking about how he heard that there was a such thing called auto-tune, but he had to go find it. He used hackers. He bought bootleg software and stuff like that until he actually found the plugin. He said he searched 2 years after he initially heard about it. So that type of level of commitment, ingenuity, all the things you can think of, just to find this one plugin to help elevate what you already are good at.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
So hearing that story, I was like, man, y'all better not ever leave Tallahassee Pain alone.
Facts.
For real. Man.
Because at this point, he's definitely a legend and an icon in hip hop, in music. So yeah, and I feel like I knew when he was in the height of his prime or whatever. I felt like I knew he could sing without it. Mm-hmm. I don't know why that was such a thing. Like when he did his Tiny Desk a few years ago, that's when a lot of people actually figured out he can really sing without it. But I feel like well, at least I knew that beforehand. He just used it to enhance what he already could do well.
Right.
Which made him TPain. So
exactly.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. But since we're on the conversation of people that can or can't sing, let's see what TrickDaddy has to say about Beyonce knows.
That's a great segue.
Listen, my man's is the segue saying.
Yeah. That was nice.
But TrickDaddy was on Clubhouse and just being free and having conversation, and somehow it said, Beyonce can't sing. She can't sing. He referenced the late great Betty Wright as being his godmother, helping her, giving her vocal lessons, which she did to a lot of people in the industry. So let's put that out there too.
Right.
And then he slid into Jay-Z hate, but we'll table that.
Oh shit.
Just put that over there real quick. But let's get into the debate, right? Everybody's entitled to an opinion, and then even so, TrickDaddy, he doubled down. He's a radio personality in Miami, so you should be very, very cautious of the things that you say. And people have attacked his character, have attacked his businesses, all about his opinion.
Yeah.
About a musical artist. This is not religious, this is not political. A musical artist, right? So let's just I'm trying to frame the context of this thing before we start.
Yeah.
Okay, now what do you all think about TrickDaddy's comments?
First of all, we all know how the Beyhive is. We know how they are.
Yeah.
I try to challenge them when I feel like it.
Mhm.
But I mean, I don't know what TrickDaddy be listening to when it comes to Beyonce, but he's wrong here. He's not right. Reading through what he said, he was trying to compare Beyonce to like Whitney Houston.
Mhm.
And it was somebody else. I can't remember who it was. But I mean, even in those comparisons, it's like, I'm not saying Beyonce is as good of a vocalist as Whitney Houston, but she damn near close to it. So, and even if she wasn't, it's like Beyonce still sounds good when she sings. So,
Right.
I don't know.
Fake, what you got, bro?
I feel the same. Like he's not saying anything that I'm not thinking. I feel exactly the same.
Okay.
I don't know. I just don't understand.
It's weird, right? I think even in this social media space, somebody has to be the hated. Somebody has to, like, because everybody get their bars off about Drake and what he may or may not be doing. Everybody talks shit about Jay, whoever's seemingly at the top of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, but to say Beyonce can't sing is completely crazy. Like, that's completely nuts. Now, if she doesn't make music that you enjoy, that's something different.
Right. That's a whole different thing.
Or if she makes music that doesn't reflect her true vocal range and ability, that's something else too. Because we talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
Can Beyonce sing like maybe a Jasmine Sullivan? I don't think so. But that doesn't mean that either one of them can't sing.
Right.
It's just like the people that they have been throwing out there are more R&B-esque. And then if you're comparing Whitney, nobody in the history of music is saying better than Whitney Houston. Nobody. She's the voice.
But see, I don't even think that's like having being an incredible vocalist isn't like a prerequisite for being a great singer, like R&B singer or just artist. You know what I mean? Like that's some people's strengths. Some people, that's all they have. But like, if you want to talk about Jasmine Sullivan or whatever, like, all right, is she as great of a performer as Beyonce?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Beyonce is going to give you an incredible fucking show. Not saying Jasmine Sullivan won't, but it's like, that's different. There's levels to it. And it's like, why can't they just exist and be good at what they do? And you know what I mean?
Thing,
Like, that's the issue. Because it's like, it's people that's really finesse the fucking game that can't sing for shit, but got hits. Like, I was talking to my partner the other day, Keith Sweat. Like, how this nigga, you know what I'm saying? How this nigga, he finessed the fuck out the game, bro.
We 100% had that conversation.
He got some bangers.
He got hits.
Absolutely.
He definitely got hits. Yeah, I mean, shit. Honestly, it's kind of how I feel about Ashanti. Like, Ashanti not the best singer. Not saying she's completely terrible. She ain't the best singer, but she got hits for days. We was all singing them shits in the shower as kids.
The thing is, when making a single, right? You go very simplistic and things like that. Nobody's B-side really makes it to like just it's the greatest song you ever heard that everybody loves. Usually singles have simple lyrics.
Yeah.
They're very sing-along, very catchy, things like that.
Right.
No matter what the genre is. So I don't really understand where this hate came from, but I'm still trying to figure out what he's listening to.
Does he have an album or something coming out? Like, it's got to be a rollout for something. For like, is a new season of Love and Hip Hop coming out? Like, because what other reason would he have to say this?
Trick, bro.
Like,
man.
I really don't get it.
And this is my thing, man. I always try to ride for certain Southern MCs. And Trick, I don't think he's a legend, but I think that what he did for Miami is kind of glossed over and overlooked. So, he has a special place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he always will have a home in Miami. But when you start going past Atlanta and South Carolina, I don't know, fam. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
So it seems like, you've been putting your foot in your mouth a lot these past couple years. And it's just, with, the Love and Hip Hop and things like that, there's often keeping you relevant that got you the radio job that you have now. So you have to think about that too. Now, if you come at Beyonce and Jay-Z, they may not ever say nothing. Then they probably won't, because, it's always somebody saying something to them.
Yeah.
But that does affect business relationships. You're on the radio. Like, Rock Nation artists may not even want to come there and do the morning radio in Miami when they're touring in Miami. Like, you got to think about blowback from things like that.
Yeah.
Like, you also got to think about, like, with him, like, like certain people, once they start doing certain things like reality show and shit, you kind of got to take the things they say with a grain of salt. It's like I almost look at them as like wrestlers or some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like they always trying to like, you know, sell. So you don't really know like if he even really truly believes the shit he's saying. But are you trying to like fucking sell this show? You know what I mean? It's gonna come out for a new season or whatever. You know what I mean? I really don't get caught up in, you know, certain people. You just kind of got to look at, you know, they moves and shit. I'm not really tripping off what TrickDaddy says, to be honest, but
right.
You know, but you're right. That could fuck up business.
Yeah, it fucks up business, fucks up relationships and things like that. And then for him, it's like, I think he really wanted to get his bars off about Jay more than Beyonce, because when he said about Jay, I was like, whoo. Now there are a segment of people that do feel that, you know, the rap game was gifted over to Jay-Z when his Big died. I don't share that sentiment because you have to look back, and I'm just, you know, look back at New York rappers back then. I mean, Nas was clearly around, Nori was around. Like there are other, like, I mean, I'm not sure about the star power back then. I'm still a kid. So, but Mace was around. Like you have formidable people around.
Yeah.
Right.
So Jay-Z didn't have to be the one, but did he pick up the baton and run with it? Yes. But when you do that, you have to be good. You have to be smart. You have to make good music. You have to be marketable. Yes. A lot of that plays into it.
Yeah.
But the music has to be good.
True. I'm not mad at that.
That's just how I feel about that. You know.
So my question to you is, being a Jay fan too, do you feel like if Big never died, you know, unexpectedly like he did, do you feel like Jay would still have gotten to be as big as he is?
I would say yes, because look, we had Busta was able to still coexist. Other New York rappers were still able to coexist and be huge stars. And who's to say? And I always bring up this argument, even though Big came out with 2 albums, 2 classics, who's to say what he would have done after that? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because the mistake of Big is the fact that he was damn near flawless when he was here. That like the way he rapped when he was here. But as things change and as music changes, would he have been able to keep it up? I think
he may not have that longevity.
Yeah, I think he would have. But the thing, and one thing that I think Jay got from Big was to collaborate with other people outside of New York. I think you know, outside of, you know, maybe a bitten lyric here and there, we ain't gonna get to that. But I just think that I think that he saw that Big could, you know, I can get on someone both does and flow with them. You know what I'm saying? I can do what they do and do it just as well, if not better. So who's to say Big when it went to the South and collaborated with somebody before Jay did it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that opened Jay's eyes to certain things, though.
Yeah, it's real. I'm not mad at that.
Me either, and I'm not that big of a Jay-Z fan, but I kind of agree with that. Especially the part about we don't know if Big would have been able to adapt as well as Jay-Z did. I don't know, but I think Biggie would have like really flourished over like southern music. I fit, that's just me personally, but you know, of course we'll never know. Yeah,
like an Outkast and Biggie record. What you think about that? You think that would have been crazy?
That'd have been nuts.
It would have been crazy. Like I hold Big to a high regard because I think his music aged flawlessly, damn near. Like it's just like you can put his stuff on and just ride, man. It's just
it's true.
So I don't know, man. But let's see here, man.
All right, rest in peace to Big, man.
Rest in peace to Big, man. But you know what ain't dead? Outside, because it's open. And we have concerts and festivals that are back. The concerts and festivals are back, baby. And you know who ain't gonna be there? Me. But let's just talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not comfortable, but it's a lot of heavy hitters. I mean, not heavy hitters, but you know, people are, you know, starting to do this, starting to tour. And we got the Day in Vegas festival, which looks nuts.
Let me tell you.
Like, I don't know, Pate, have you seen that lineup? You seen that?
I haven't seen it. I was gonna ask you on it.
Well, Kendrick is the headline of all headliners. So
Really?
that probably means an album is coming out. Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
It's crazy because so the Day in Vegas festival is it's a weekend, so it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Kendrick Lamar is the headliner on Friday. Saturday, the headliner is Travis Scott. Sunday, the headliner is Tyler, the Creator, which was already dope. But seeing as how he just put out this fire ass album is even more dope now that he's the headliner on Sunday. But then you got the Baby, YG, Ari Lennox, Polo G, Lil Baby, Doja Cat, Sweetie. Not familiar with Baby King. But SZA, Lil Uzi, Snow Allegra, who I really want to see in concert.
I fuck with her heavy.
But listen, I need to see her in concert at some point soon. Don Toliver, Griselda. You got just Isaiah Rashad, Jasmine Sullivan, Thundercat. It's just a lot of people in these 3 days. Like this lineup is insane. And if I was comfortable, November 12th through 14th this year.
Okay.
If I was comfortable enough to go to festivals, I would be going to this year if I was comfortable.
Hey man, y'all boys might have to go and get that vaccine, man, so y'all get outside, man.
Hey,
I'm halfway there. I got half of it.
And you know what, Pate, bro, man, I'm big vax. I still don't want to go. I think I've gotten to the point where I'm past the festival thing. Like me and Johnny was talking about.
You hit a show, but not a festival.
Yeah, like me and Johnny discussed this last week when he went to see Buster at the block party.
Yeah,
I was just gonna ask y'all about that. We mentioned him earlier. If y'all went to that Soul Taco block party,
that shit was
looked crazy.
Bro.
I missed it, but it looked crazy.
That shit was dope. The craziest thing about the whole shit is that I was telling Ralph last week, he didn't even perform none of his top tier hits, none of them, and he performed for like 40 minutes, and the show was still fire.
Yeah.
Like it was great. And I was right there I was telling Rap that me and Buster blocked eyes.
He was like, hey man, Buster looked me in my eyes. I was like, hey man, wait, stop.
Oh man.
Y'all shared a moment, bro.
We shared like a little millisecond. It was lit.
That's what's up, man.
One of my favorite artists of all time, you know. So yeah.
Oh, that's major then.
But it's just like me, man. I'm 33. I'll be 34 next month. I'm just gotten to a point where I don't really want to stand a lot. Like I don't really want to be standing up. Like I need a chair. Give me a chair. You got me. I'll go see anybody. You give me a chair, somewhere to sit. That's mine. Like guaranteed mine.
Nuts. You be tired after that shit.
Oh, listen. I went to the Roots picnic in 2019, all day picnic in Philly, and you know they got different artists all day, and I was exhausted after that. Like that was my first festival ever, and I was exhausted. But at this point in life, because I'm 33 too, like it has to be an artist that's like on my bucket list to see in order for me to go see them. And I'm telling you, if this lineup for Day in Vegas was next year, I will be going to this.
Yeah, and then that's not the only festival this year. You got Rolling Loud. Rolling Loud has 2 cities that they're a part of. They have New York, where 50 Cent is actually headlining. J. Cole and Travis. I think they have Bobby Smurder doing an appearance. Yeah. And then I believe they're having Rolling Loud in either North Carolina or Florida. Excuse me if I'm wrong on either one of those.
I feel like there's one. So I think it's going to be like 3 different ones, right?
I thought it was one in LA.
Yeah, so it's going to be one in LA. I feel like it's either in Miami or Orlando. One of those.
Yeah, it was one of those places.
Yeah, and then this one in New York. So I wasn't able to find the lineup for LA
city. But the thing is, it's pretty much the same people that you would see a Day in Vegas for the most part. Like with the exception of like maybe a Kendrick, because certain people just, I'm not doing 2.
Right, yeah.
But you got Travis on here, then J. Cole's headline, then J. Cole's doing his own tour, which has 21 Savage and Murray on it. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, depending on the venue. I'm dependent on the venue now, and the thing is, he's not coming to St. Louis. I have to travel for that, so I'll probably more than likely go to a Chicago show. Yeah, okay. But still, depending on the venue, and I know J. Cole really loves amphitheaters. So, because the last time I seen Cole, he was at an amphitheater, which was 2014, around that time. Okay. So, and he had big, and that was Big Sean.
Like 10 years.
You said you haven't seen who? It's Cole.
I haven't seen Cole live in like 10 years. I saw him I don't know if y'all familiar with Mizzou used to have they had this black coalition or something, basically these black students would come together and put together these dope ass hip hop shows. I saw Cole, Crit, Big Sean, bunch of niggas, Wale, Wiz, like all them niggas out there at Mizzou.
They had to be.
Yeah, this back in the day. It's like, you know, this like it started in like maybe 2010 and then like went on to like maybe 2012 and then it kind of just died out. But it was like a thing. Like every year they have like one or two of them that we will always catch. And I saw Cole like this is like this 2012, so it's like right after he dropped his first album.
Oh, first album?
Nah, this right after he dropped Cold World or Sideline Story.
The Sideline Story.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's been a while. Like I fuck with Cole heavy, so I want to catch him again. Like now that he has a lot more material now.
Yeah. But the way Cole and the way that he kind of operates, he's definitely at, I would say, arena status. But he just enjoys amphitheaters. So. Another festival. So I'm like, listen, like I can pay for a seat at amphitheater though.
Oh yeah, 100%. The Roots. This is random, but the Roots are coming here in August. Okay. There's a new music venue out in Chesterfield, I think it is. I forget what it's called, but that's where they're going to be. Okay. It might be like 4,500 seats or so. But so they have, it's like I think it's like an amphitheater. So they have the standing room up front, but then around that are the seats and stuff. So
I get that.
Yeah. Who's on y'all bucket list to see?
Oh, that was a question.
It definitely was Busta. So I checked that off.
I said the Game. He doesn't really tour much, and I'm really a fan of his discography, but the way that he moves and he always into some stupid stuff, like I doubt that I ever see him in a show. So I definitely want to see the Game though. But who you got, bro?
Drake. I haven't seen Drake live. That's like the only person that's like, I mean, aside from Jay, but like I haven't seen Drake, and I really want to catch one of his shows. Okay. I'm a fan of Game too, like as far as his music, but like he's a fucking cornball, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It be taken away from me because I be trying not to be one of them dudes that I be trying to like separate the two, but it's like, man, like
sometimes it's
so
hard.
corny to me. Yeah, he's so fucking corny to me, bro. Like he talks too much. And yeah, it's like, bro, he's like one of them niggas that like, all right, you don't gotta say nothing, bro. Just make your music and do your thing, and people gonna fuck with you. But he just starts running his mouth, and it's like, all right, bro.
I think the thing is with Game, he doesn't realize that he's the Game. And I'm not saying that to make a a pun or a punchline or anything, but sometimes you just have to realize who the hell you are and act like that.
Yeah,
you know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Like, because if you knew who you were and how talented you really were, you would really not put yourself or in situations like that and stuff like that. That's what frustrates me about. Especially like I'm about to go into a tangent now because me and my wife was talking about Chris Brown the other day. I think he had another situation, sidebar, where he abused another woman. So it's kind of like, nigga, like fam, like, and I'm not a Chris Brown apologist by any stretch of the imagination. If he did it, let him go to jail, whatever the punishment is. But I just can't sit here and understand why you have all this God-given talent. You could be a A-list celebrity. And in my mind, he still is. But because he's still giving chances after chances, I don't really understand that anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I didn't even know about that. Yeah. But it's like, again, like Ralph was just saying, like, why even put yourself in those positions? Like, I don't get it.
But y'all know what it is with Chris though, man. You know what that is. It's drugs, obviously, with him, man. Like you can just look at him and just like it's something ain't all the way right with him. And it's like, this game, like this industry, it'll do that to people, man. I'm not making any excuses for him, but it's like, especially getting in so young, like he got in like, I don't know, like 16, 15? 17. You don't really know who you are. Like it's different getting into it. Like me, I'm really starting to get into my rap career now, and I just turned 30. But I'm a man. I know who I am. I know what I stand for. I can only imagine me trying to do this 15 years ago. You know what I mean? And it's like, that shit'll fuck you up. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure it's drugs. I'm pretty sure it's a whole bunch of other shit that's just got this nigga like, wilding like he is. There's no excuse for that. But at the same time, it's like, shit, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, it's crazy. But now let's get into some OS stuff, man. I'm glad that we talking about somebody that wouldn't possibly squander their situation once they're on and popping for real. And let's talk about John Pate, man, STL artist, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's get into our interview session with you, bro, man. You're such a mystery because we have tried to scour the net. You must have went on a like scorched earth type of campaign. Like there's no record, no recollection, no old mixtape, no old Facebook picture, like nothing, bro. Are you an alien? I really want to know this.
Hey, that's crazy. Yeah, bro. Like I literally just started taking rap serious in December, bro. Like in December of 2020.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, like I mean, and I'd say more so like January, but like that was my New Year's resolution, was just to rap more. Like that's all I wanted to do, was just to rap more. Because I always knew that I could rap. I always knew I could put words together well. Like I used to like freestyle with the homies in the basement. We'd be chilling, after school and shit in high school, battle rapping in classrooms and shit, like all of that. And I always knew I was good with it, but I just always was. And like people put so much pressure on me, even back then, even with just playing around with it, people put pressure on me, like, have me rap every time we hang out, or tell me, man, you could be the next such and such, man, you could do this, boom, boom, boom. And I got so much pressure from it. I was like, man, I don't want to take it serious, because I was like scared of like, all right, what if this shit, what if I get everything out of this that I actually want? Am I gonna be able to handle it? You know what I'm saying? And that for me just made me like not take it as serious. And just kind of like in December, I was dealing with some shit. Like my little cousin, he's a big artist in St. Louis, and he passed away. Like he was like making moves. He was like with LA Foes and Lunatics and shit, like doing major shit in the city. And he passed 23 years old, just like, on some random like health bullshit or whatever. But he was always on me about like taking rap serious. Like even when he was like, touring with, such and such with big artists, he was like always find a way to like try to get me in those situations. And I just never took it serious. So when that happened, like I kind of was like, all right, let me, it kind of just put in perspective like how short life is, and how, don't let this talent go to waste. And I said, fuck it, and just start applying pressure. That's just where I've been at.
And it's crazy when you say like you just like took rap serious in December, because when I came across Undeniable Freestyle, I was like, wow, wait a minute. And somebody from Cali told me about you. I was like, wait, he's from here? Crazy. Like, how do wait? Yeah, somebody tagged me in a video on Facebook because your video was just floating around. And I was just like, okay, this guy has like a level of charisma, and he just seems like you're so comfortable when you rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the confidence is zooted through that. So I was just like, wow. So it's just like I'm trying to figure out what the question is. I'm just giving you flowers. Like
right. I mean, right. It sounds like, because what he was just saying is that him being 30 years old is like he understands himself. Like he knows the man that he is. And I think that comes across when he raps. Yeah, because all the freestyles that I've heard so far, you sound like a seasoned rapper, like you've been in the game for hellas. So it's just crazy. Like that's like it's dope to see, which is why we kind of like damn, like you just took this shit serious like 7 months ago. Like that's nuts. Yeah. So
I've been hearing that a lot. Like I've been hearing people be like, it's been people like this, like, got status in the city. They've been reaching out, just like showing love, which is crazy because in St. Louis, it's not really that much of a thing. You know what I mean? People just don't really do that much or whatever. But it reached out, be like, bro, like, where the fuck did you come from? Like, who are you? Like, no disrespect, but like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I just really just started doing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I've always knew I could rap. I have freestyles from like mad long ago, like when I was a teenager. I'll send y'all one of them, since y'all say y'all couldn't find it. I'll send y'all one. I was like,
send that through. Send that through.
And you can hear the difference in my voice. I was a lot more, I just sounded like just young, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But like even then, it was just like I knew that it's something I always wanted to do or whatever. And it just recently just became a thing where I'm like, all right, fuck it. Why am I not doing this?
Let me ask you this. Now, do you ever, like, you being a hometown cat, do you ever get like discouraged when, things don't necessarily, you don't get the buzz locally, but you can possibly go to Chicago or other places and things like that and just get your buzz up quicker? Like, does that bother you?
It used to bother me, but then I just really just started to understand like where we live at. And like St. Louis just like wants to be like, you know, Atlanta's little brother or something like, or you know, or Chicago's, as far as like the drill music and like all the gangster shit. And it's
hilarious.
like I'm not gonna shine here because of that. You know what I mean? All these like, and this is not dissing St. Louis artists at all, but a lot of these people, they just sound like what's already out. You know what I mean? When it comes to like, you know, a lot of these niggas don't even living the life that they rapping about. You know what I mean? They rapping about all this gangster shit. They talking about, yeah, you know, we caught a body this and that. It's like, bro, we know you. That's not you. But it's like they know that's what's appealing.
It's popular, yeah.
And it's like, so me, I'm just like, people don't even know I'm from St. Louis when they hear me. They be like, nigga, you from New York or you from such and such? Cause like, no, it's like I'm from St. Louis, like born and raised. Like I'm from Berkeley. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's like that's just like my sound is just a combination of like a lot of shit I came up on and the things I like. And you know, I'm never gonna be like rapping about things that I don't, you know. So I think that's the disconnect really, is just that sound, man. I'm kind of like, I don't know, I kind of like rap like more old school, I guess, than you know, these other guys.
Right now you're in a good space to flourish because everybody likes the everyday rapper, like, you know what I'm saying? And when you're just being truly genuinely yourself, people gravitate to that more because they see more of themselves in what you're rapping. So that's one thing I was like, hey, as soon as I heard Undeniable, I was like, oh, I need to find everything he got, like right now, because I feel like me and you are just here, and I don't know you, but it's just I feel like me and you are here. So it's just like, when you get to a certain point, like say you get to the point of, Pate, I'm this, I'm that, I'm doing everything, I'm 2 albums in, everybody knows me. Are you looking to kind of expand? Or are you looking to trying to be a music mogul, or, you know, actor, or, you know, trying to spread your wings that way, or just strictly music for you?
Man, I see myself just using music as a tool to like do other things. Like I have a business that I run like full time. I got a graphic design firm. So like I have that, and there's other things that I want to do. I can't see myself really acting or anything, but who knows? But music, I'm locked in on it right now. And like really the goal for me essentially is just to like sustain my lifestyle, like as far as like my bills and everything, just off of my art. Like that's my next step. You know what I mean? Like I would feel like that's a certain level of success for me. You know what I mean? Like just to be able to like, you know, do everything I do now, but strictly just off of the music. And then from there, I can like, you know, branch off to other things or keep leveling up. But like, that's like my next goal for me really to accomplish.
Yeah, that's dope. Speaking of art, I was actually looking through your Instagram again. International man of mystery here, not that much there. But I noticed that you were going around to different Black-owned businesses in St. Louis and dropping your freestyles or freestyle videos in those establishments. How did you come up with the idea to do that?
That really just came about just from me just wanting to like I said, I have a business myself, and it's a lot of people that support it. Like they just support like anything I really do, just off the strength. People just fuck with me, and it's like that was my way of wanting to give back to other people, that because I know what it is like to, you know, be a small Black-owned business, and like you putting shit out there and you putting all this work and you investing in whatever, and sometimes you just don't feel like you get the recognition that you feel like you deserve. You know what I mean? It's not really adding up to the work that you're putting in. And so that was just me like wanting to give back to people that, you know, do similar things I do, and just using my platform to like big them up. You know what I mean? Highlight they shit. And that's it worked. Like the first one we went to Profield Reserve over on the south side. Like it was people like hitting them up like, yo, I saw, you know what I mean, y'all on Pate video or whatever. Like, how can I get some such and such? Or people just pulling up. And I was like, that's exactly what the fuck I was trying to do. Like, I'm glad,
dope.
You know what I mean? Like it went like that. And I had this freestyle called Red Table Freestyle, where I rapped over Still Not a Player by Big Pun. I don't know if y'all heard that one or whatever.
Yeah. It's on Apple Music. I got it.
Okay, so that one, I appreciate that too, bro. But like on that one, we highlighted the video, we highlighted my homeboy's company called Swoop. Swoop is a Black-owned ride share. Yeah. He's got a Black-owned ride share company. That's my homie that I grew up with, both from Berkeley. I've been knowing him like 15 fucking 20 years type shit. And So we just highlighted his with that. So I don't know. Have y'all seen that video?
So I watched it on Instagram today, and that was going to be my next question, asking how did you get in contact with that, because I actually saw him on the news maybe like a year or so ago, and I just thought like it's a dope idea. It's like Uber and Lyft, but it's black owned, it's small, it's just local here in St. Louis right now, right?
Yeah.
But like it's dope to see a black man create that, because I know a lot of people who have had issues in taking Ubers and Lyfts, dealing with the drivers. So it's like to have a black centered ride show service is dope. So yeah, man, that's fire. Keep answering all our questions before we get to it. I love it. No. That's the signs of a great interview. So it's dope.
Right. And I know you mentioned earlier about the EP. Now, can we talk about the EP? When are we getting it?
What's the name?
What's the name? What can we expect from it?
Can we be in
this is the question I've been waiting for right here. I've been waiting for this one. So look, all right. So the EP is called Separation Season, right? Okay. So I'm calling it that. And all this just came about from like therapy. Came about from I got a spiritual reading a couple months ago. Like all this, everything is just aligned with this or whatever. So Separation Season, there's two sides to it. So one side is like separating yourself from the pack. So doing anything that you have to do as far as putting in the extra time, the extra effort, research, whatever it is to like separate yourself. Y'all got a podcast, you know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of people do podcasts, but there's something about y'all podcast that make people fuck with it over where they can listen to any other podcast, you know what I'm saying? It's the things y'all do, you know what I mean? The research. Y'all seen like y'all done research on me. It's people that's interviewed me a few times. I could tell they didn't do shit, you know what I mean? They didn't look at anything, they didn't look at my Instagram, like they just all right, fuck it, let's talk or whatever. It's not a good interview. But all right, y'all do the things you put in the research, you put in that time or whatever. You separate yourself from a pack of other motherfuckers that do what y'all do. That's one side of it. The other side of it is me, and this is more so getting into like the therapy and the spiritual reading side of it. It's like separating yourself from any vices or any negative energy or any people that don't align with you and your purpose and where you're trying to get to in life, right? So whether it's like fear, anxiety, depression, addiction, whatever it is, it's separating yourself from those things in order to reach the next level. All of it is tied into elevation, right? Like wanting to get to the next level and shedding anything that doesn't allow you to do that. So that's like the whole campaign, the premise of it or whatever. So I don't want to give too much shit, but I'm gonna be dropping the first song off of it very soon.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be rolling out merchandise and shit. Like it's a whole campaign with the separation season shit. So that's where I'm at with it.
I love that. I love that title actually. Like you can do a lot with that, right? Just with marketing and promotion, man. So we definitely wish you, the success.
We're anticipating the EP. You got a release window, not a date, a window. Q4, Q3.
Okay, I'm gonna say the Q3, maybe Q4. And the reason I'm saying that is just because the music that I'm making right now, it sounds like the fall, it sounds like the winter, it sounds like hoodie season weather.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah, so it's sounding like those chilly nights where you just going for a ride and you just like vibing type shit. Like that's what it's sounding like. And it's like I'm really I'm getting introspective on here because a lot of the shit that I do now, like with my freestyles, is just like a lot of ego driven shit. Like I'm talking shit, I'm barring up, like letting like you can't fuck with, you can't out rap me, fuck y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of it's like that. You know what I'm saying? But this is like I'm talking about some of the things we talked about in this interview, like even like talking about the lack of love in St. Louis and like how people don't really want to latch on to the sound, you know what I mean, things that I'm making or whatever, because it's not St. Louis or whatever. So I'm like touching on, even just on the first track that I'm going to drop is like touching on a lot of that shit. And I think people are going to really fuck with it because it's showing a different side of me in a sense.
Yeah, let me ask you this too. Just with you know, you being an independent artist, I presume, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Now, is there ever a situation that you would just walk away from, or you would just remain independent, where you just kind of have the career autonomy, where you can just be you? You're not really, you know, tied up to a label.
I mean, ideally, I wouldn't want to sign to a label, just because I would want to have the creative freedom. And then I'm like, you know, like, you know, I'm kind of a conspiracy theorist, so I be thinking about all that Illuminati shit. All that
If they come out with a trap song, I know they got you.
Right.
Oh God. Y'all niggas see me coming out with some weird shit, gonna be like, oh man, I thought this nigga
got my
cool,
man.
Right.
Like, fam, you heard Pate on this drill beat? That shit ain't right.
Oh me. So it's like, ideally I would want to, you know, stay independent as long as I can, just you know, for that reason, and just, you know, creative control and all that. I don't want anybody dictating like what I can and can't put out, or, you know, shit like that. I think I got a pretty solid group of people around me now that like helps me with, you know, navigating through like, you know, what works, what may not work, or whatever like that. And I kind of just want to keep that and not, you know, get you know, too deep into all the other shit. So independent would be the way for me for right now, for sure.
Yeah, because it's crazy to think about how, you know, what you have to give up to be the person that the machine pushes, which is crazy because like I think we can all identify with this, because like, let's just say like it was a headline that CeeLo came out with, right? And he was saying how the record executives wouldn't let him lose weight because that's not what they invested in.
Oh wow.
Like he wanted to lose weight. Maybe, I mean, CeeLo's, you know, he's a hefty guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm hefty, so I ain't throwing shots. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I just want to do this for me. It ain't got to be for no health reason. I just want to do it. But
that's crazy.
But I mean,
that
it's
is
crazy to think about that for a guy. But you imagine what women have to go through.
Well, I don't know. Have y'all been hearing about what's going on with Britney Spears?
Oh,
like I'm not super familiar with it, but from what I've gathered, it's like somehow I don't know if it's her dad or somebody, her dad is like lawfully controlling what she can and can't do with her body. Like she has to have like an IUD, like she can't do certain things with her body because
that's crazy.
Legally, whatever happened, you know, whatever contractually happened when she was a child star is still in effect today. Like, and she's like
her
dad, and she's like in court now fighting to like, you know, overturn all of that stuff. So it's been like a long legal battle with that. And for whatever reason, it's just more in the news now than it ever has been, which is insane. That is insane to think about.
That is.
You just have to be aware of your paperwork. Like I like that situation is making me so uncomfortable.
Like it's nuts.
What's sick is like that's her family though.
Right. Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah. Like he really has control over her body. Like she can't have any more children lawfully unless he signs off on it or gives approval for it, which that sounds crazy.
Right.
It sounds crazy as hell.
Like she had a residency in Vegas a few years ago. Like it was court ordered that she didn't want to do that. Like she had to do it because legally, whatever was in the paperwork, her dad said she had to do it. That's insane.
Yeah, that's super wild. You know, another reason why I wouldn't really want to get into industry shit that much is like that's just wild, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, listen, I'm waiting for the EP. Or let me ask you this: how did you come up with the decision to make an EP versus like a full length album? What goes into that decision process?
See, and this is me being transparent. My creative process is like super like wild. Like I'm super like I move slow when it comes to writing, right? And so like because I'm so like meticulous with like everything, you know what I mean? I don't like just putting shit out just for the sake of putting it out or whatever. So like really just going with an EP, it's a less of a workload for me. Like that's really just what it came down to, me just being honest about it. And I also would like to deliver a body of work that's like more potent. You know what I mean? I feel like some people like put out shit and they load it up with a whole bunch of songs, but it's like, you know, it's not that much substance to it though. It's just for the sake of like having a bunch of songs or whatever. But I feel like I know I can get my point across in 5 to 7 records. You know what I mean?
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's fair, especially coming from somebody that's a new artist, and you're trying to make sure you pull people in, just not with the fluff, right? Because a lot of stuff that we're referring to is definitely like, more established artists. I just want to drop something for my fans, quote unquote, and it's a whole bunch of stuff for streaming.
Yeah, right.
So I think, maybe you being in this position, you could do that. But it's like, why? And it's like your creative process, you're hungry right now. Like, and I'm not saying that that'll ever change. You're just like, the best version of Pate is probably right now. And then, and then when you start to grow more, you'll grow more. But we're getting, the raw and unfiltered, quote unquote, but we think it's fire.
Facts.
Appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
I'm still, in my mind, I'm still shocked that you've only been taking this serious for 7 months. So it's like, I don't know where to go with my questioning, but it's like, I'm glad we were able to get you on an interview during the beginning of your process. So now we can we can pretty much follow your entire rap career now, because we're starting here with you now.
Yeah.
So it's like this, I don't know. I just feel like this is going to be, it's going to be great to see you transition from where you are now with your first EP to where you go in the future. Like, it's going to be great to watch.
Yeah. Like, this is crazy because like the track that I'm talking about that I'm about to put out, it's my first original song ever. Everything I've done is just freestyles. You know what I mean? Like, everything I've done ever has just been over other people's beats. So like that within itself is like, there's a certain charm in that. Like, so I feel like there's certain people that's, it's like they hear my freestyles and they're like, okay, he can rap over other people beats. I want to hear his own song. So
original,
it's like,
yeah.
So that anticipation within itself is, I feel like it's going to be something that hopefully I can deliver on. I feel like, it's the track that I got. I'm confident in it, but people become crazy critics once they, put you on a certain pedestal or whatever. So,
of course. This is a great question. Me and Johnnie were talking about ghostwriting in this era. And we're not saying we trust you, you know what I'm saying? But there are different ways to get on in the industry. But you're not shooting for industry. But if it was a good situation, would you entertain just being in the room of writers for artists?
Like me as a writer for artists?
Yeah.
1000%. Absolutely. Okay. I would do it for sure. I've written for people before, nobody in the industry, anything like that. But it's fun sometimes just to kind of like, get into other people's world or whatever. Like, it's kind of cool sometimes. So I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, because the one line that you add to somebody's hook or verse could probably get you paid. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm never going to tell somebody not to go get their money.
Right.
So I get it from that standpoint. But, it's just that the bigger that rap has gotten, the most commercial that it's probably ever been, you see a lot of artists that probably have writers and aren't shy about saying that I have somebody in the room that may not write a whole verse for me,
right,
but helps me write.
Right.
So we had a spirited conversation about that. It was kind of weird. It's like that's the way rap is kind of going. It's like we don't like it, but it is what it is because rap is pop music.
Yeah. And when you think about it, sometimes it's like, I don't know if I'm really mad at like artists having ghostwriters, just because like sometimes it's like the idea that somebody might have in a room that you might be able to bring it to life with what you got, your charisma, your aura, your sound, your voice or whatever.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be able to bring it to life the same way. But it is in a situation where we can put our heads together and create a better opportunity for both of us, like something that could change both of our lives. You can't really be mad at people, if they go that route to like feed their family or whatever. You know what I mean?
So I agree 100% with what you just said. My only issue is when these particular rappers or artists come out and say, I'm the best lyricist, I'm the best rapper, and like boast like that, when I feel like you can't say that if you have a bunch of writers with you. Now, if you just want to be
right now, though, you talking about Drake?
Oh, well, no, but I mean, he is included in that conversation. I just meant in general.
Okay.
But if you want to just be a good rap artist, that's cool. Like, it's okay. Go ahead, get your writers, make a hit, make a dope concept album, do that. Yeah. But don't just come out here and try to shit on everybody else saying I'm the greatest rapper, because No,
Right.
because you don't even write.
This is my thing. Like we have these conversations often. Like I think Kanye is one of the best artists of all time, right? Like one inexplicably one of the best. But I don't put him in the same boat as Jay-Z when it comes to rapping. I think Kanye is a musical genius, but I don't think he's Jay-Z. And I don't think Jay-Z's Kanye. Like I just know how to separate the two.
Yeah, but that's like that's an artist versus a lyricist type of discussion. Like Kanye is a great rap artist. He's also a producer. He's just a good musician. I don't look at Jay-Z like that. Jay-Z is just a rapper. He's just a rapper.
But I think we put limits on rap when they aren't allowed to have that type of creativity to bounce ideas off each other. But I mean, I get your point, but you're putting a shelf life on somebody when they're not able to collaborate in that sense. I'm not saying give me a whole verse. Like I don't think that's cool. But then again, pop stars give songs. Like you know what I'm saying?
Complete
entire songs.
Yeah.
All
like,
you
why
have
are
to
we
do is
so
ad
strict on that
lib.
with
Like you know what I'm saying?
hip-hop,
Like
Wait, say it again.
I said, why are we so strict on that with just hip hop? Like, why isn't like every genre of music held to that same standard as far as like writers?
I think with hip hop, it was always based in reality. Even though love songs and country songs and blues are based in reality, but I think when hip hop came, it always boasted about I'm this and this is what I do,
that's it,
rather than me just singing about a love song in general.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of it.
Because Garth Brooks ain't out here like I'm the greatest country music star there ever was. Like,
yeah.
And a lot of people probably gave him some of his biggest hits. I don't know that to be fact. I'm just saying maybe that's what happened.
When you
feel like just because our culture is like so ego driven, like you can't have that much of an ego if like you're not doing it on your own as far as right.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I mean that's really how the MC culture started in hip hop. Like my rhymes are better than yours. I wrote these. We can battle it out right now. That's how it started. The MC culture started, and it just trickled down to now. So
word.
Yeah, man. All right, so I got one more question, and I wanted to ask you about production. So, like you said earlier, we've only heard you over other people's beats. So are you working with one producer for your EP, or is it multiple producers? What type of production can we expect from your upcoming EP?
It's multiple producers for sure. That's been the biggest headache. And that's another reason why I kind of do freestyles, because like anytime I try to work with producers, it's been a headache. Like, to be honest, like it's hard to find people, especially in St. Louis, because it just goes back to what y'all was saying earlier about the sound that I have doesn't really align with like the way other people sound here. So it's like I go to some of these guys and they used to making drill beats, they used to making twerking songs and shit, and they give me in the studio. I'm like, okay, you know how I sample? You know what I mean? Do you know how to make some soulful shit? Do you know how to do X, Y, Z? And they looking at me like, nigga, what are you talking about right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. And so that's what kind of like made me rely on freestyles or whatever. But so now I found different producers, like just through like me putting out my freestyles, like it's always producers that reach out like, yo, bro, let's work. And a lot of times I like blow it off because niggas be trash. You know what I mean? To be honest. Like, so
I mean, shit.
Let's call it what it is. You know what I mean? So a lot of times that's the case, but it's been, a couple of people that reach out that, have some beats that I really like. Then just going on YouTube and like finding beats that sound like certain shit I like and leasing them or whatever. Yeah. Like that's a route that I've been taking too. I'm just pretty much doing what I can until I can get with like the people I really, really want to work with. You know what I mean?
Got you. Yeah. So we got a homie out in Arizona, actually. His name is Fresh C. He's an artist out there. He actually did our intro music for our podcast. He has a lot of different types of hip hop beats. So we'll put you in contact with him so y'all can connect and see if you like some of the stuff that he has.
Sure, y'all would appreciate that for real.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So that's all I had, man. So John Pate, leave the listeners with where they can find you, find your music, find anything about you, since we weren't able to find anything.
So Instagram is J Pate Music. It's JP as in Paul, ATE Music.
Same thing on YouTube. On all the streaming sites, John Pate, JOHNPATE. You can find my freestyles on there, and you can look out for the first track for Separation Season is going to be coming in July. I'll say in July. I'm gonna drop it, and yeah, you can expect that next month.
Hey,
Dope,
yes,
dope, man. We appreciate you so much for joining us, man. Listen, when the EP drop, Q3, Q4, come back, holler at us. We can, talk through the album, talk about the tracks and all that. Feel free to come back and just chop it up with us whenever we here. We record every Sunday. So hopefully we see you out somewhere at a show or something here in St. Louis. I'll be outside. I don't know if Ralph gonna be outside.
If you performing in a place with seats, I'll be there.
Look,
I'll make sure they got a chair for you, bro.
I appreciate you, fam.
That's what I'm talking about. That's love. That's love. So with that, anything else, bro?
Nah, man, I'm good, man.
All right, with that.
Hey, also wait.
Oh, go ahead.
Before we go, I'm gonna give y'all the exclusive for that track too. I'm gonna send it to y'all before I put it out, so y'all could check it out. Let me know what y'all think.
Dope.
Appreciate that.
Much appreciated, man. So yeah, man, that's John Pate. We appreciate you. That's episode 113, and we out.
Chip.
Peace.